Okay, I'm going to kind of explain a little bit about this chakra information and how it's really connected and related to us. And we're going to turn to a little bit of scripture here and the book of Enoch, and then we can even also find relations to it in the Hebrew Bible. All right. But before we do that, I just want to but add a little bit to what I said about how what's making him have to go through such incredible, complicated procedures to achieve himself in material form. Well, for one, he's never been able to do it. Okay? And the time now is really right for it to happen. As you can see, these beings are being represented all over the place. They're being represented as the answer, and many people, by the millions, are beginning to turn to them and to fall to this deception. What this begins to make happen is this supposed shift. And you keep hearing the New Agers and then the alien people that are being propagandized and indoctrinated. They're not realizing that this shift is a shift of polarity. And the polarity isn't to do with the poles of the planet. It's to do with the polarity of your mind. It's to do with the present order of this spirit occupation on our material world. Meaning that you right now are the current conscious material spirit being that has dominion over the earth, as awarded to you by God, as we saw in Genesis. Let us make man in our own image and give him dominion over the earth. So that dominion over the earth is being symbolized by this seal, which you're going to find out is going to represent itself as spiritual identity as it tries to apply itself to material form. As above, so too below. Matter and spirit, basically its interassociation of the two, is what this symbol is all about. And that these beings themselves are aware of that, and they have to manipulate that, but they need you to do it, because guess what? You got the dominion. You got the control. So when you got the dominion, you got the control, you got the control of Earth, guess what? You got control of the terrestrial physics. You got control of the subatomic world. And we begin to find that out in the quantum world, as we find out that the observer, his consciousness, begins to have control over very, very small particulates of information, like photons, for instance, or waves or particles, in which these begin to form themselves as the very building blocks of our material world. So we find out that in the quantum world, the observer has the ability to alter within the micro ramification his conditional environment, meaning his material surroundings. But he can only do it in very microscopic ways, only one particle at a time, through his consciousness. Well, because you yourself have control and dominion over the earth, which I'm telling you is not just over the material, but it's over the terrestrial energy physics, which governs the material itself. So now we find out that through the quantum experiments, I would turn you to the double slit experiment. You'll find out that the conscious observer can affect his material surroundings. Well, that's exactly what we're saying, that man has dominion over the earth. He has dominion over the molecules of the earth. And now you see why he is having to enter in at the very microscopic world, into the very atomic structure itself, because you yourself have free will dominion over it. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to see it be connected to this symbol right here. Once again, you're going to see this symbol form the very same tetrahedron, and then again the carbon atom, which is telling you that now, with this vibrational scenario and the propaganda of all these thousands of years, he's begun to distort the very terrestrial energy physics field to allow himself at this point to think that he can achieve his identity fusion with the material world. I'll be back.